नौनिहालाने जमात मुझे कुछ कहना है।
Waqf-jadeed is an Urdu sounding phrase which we sometimes hear at mosques, Jamaat classes and on MTA. Have you stopped to think about what it means, why it exists and what you should do about it? Waqf-jadeed translates as the new dedication. This was a scheme launched by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II. May Allah be pleased with him, the promised son of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. On December 27th, 1957, he announced that people are needed to dedicate their lives as Mu'allimeen teachers to go to remote villages in Pakistan for moral training and spiritual upbringing of Ahmadis. It was also his intention to introduce the beautiful message of Islam and the oneness of Allah to these remote areas. On February 1st, 1958, 14 such Mu'allimeen were dispatched to selected rural areas of Pakistan, and in particular to Sindh province. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II appointed Sahibzada Mr. Tahir Ahmed, may Allah have mercy on him, its first director. This was a divinely inspired scheme, as foretold by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II, may Allah be pleased with him. The scheme has gone from strength to strength, and more than 50 years. It is still going strong, not just in Pakistan, but throughout the world. There are now thousands of Mu'allimeen teaching and training Ahmadis in villages around the world. After the migration of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih IV, may Allah have mercy on him, to the UK, he expanded the scheme to the whole world. So, what does the scheme achieve? New mosques around the world? New imams and Mu'allimeen are being trained. They then train and teach Ahmadis, especially the children like us, about religion, Quran, Islam, Ahmadiyyat. They also invite people to Ahmadiyyat and inform them about its beautiful teachings. As a result, a lot of people have become Ahmadis and new Jamaats have been established all over the world. A lot of people also get to know about the real teachings of Islam and Ahmadiyyat. So what should we do? We need to save our money and sacrifice it for this scheme, and where possible dedicate our lives for the service of the Jamaat, to ensure that the noble work of this blessed scheme can progress. But why? Because that is what is expected from a true believer. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih III, may Allah have mercy on him, wanted Atfal to contribute to this scheme as much as we can. The tradition has carried on since. Children in Pakistan contribute half of the money raised for Waqf-jadeed in that country. Despite being a poor country, people in Pakistan contribute to Waqf-jadeed more than any country. So Pakistani Atfal are really trying hard. We have got to learn a lot from our Atfal friends in Pakistan. So what can we do? Our beloved Hazur mentioned that even if we sacrifice the money for one burger a month, we can contribute a very good amount over a year. This will also spare us from asking our parents to contribute to Waqf-jadeed for us. So how much do we need to raise? Last year, Hazur told us to raise enough money between us to sponsor the Waqf-jadeed scheme for the whole of an African country. May sound a big task, but when Atfal in Pakistan can contribute so much, then why can't we? So how much can we each contribute? The Jamaat gives us special recognition according to the amount we contribute every year. Those who contribute £12 in a year are called young Mujahid. Those who find a bit more money and contribute £25 a year are called Mujahid Safid Down. If someone tries a bit harder and contributes £50 a year, then known as Mujahid Safid Awwal. This year, the UK Jamaat will submit the name of every Tifl who is Mujahid, Safir Awwal, to Azul for special prayers. We need to also remember that these sacrifices are based on Quranic teachings. Quran says, "Never shall you attain to righteousness unless you spend out of that which you love, and whatever you spend, Allah surely knows it well." So, my brothers, if we sacrifice our money and spend it in the cause of Allah, knowing that He will make us righteous, is that sacrifice really not worth it? Our beloved Hazur once said, "If even a penny is spent in the way of Allah with true spirit and zeal, it is valued." Now let's find those pennies and make sure we take part in the incredible Waqf-e-jadeed scheme.
पड़ेगा सब बार